Welcome back to Pre-Algebra Chapter 11, Section 2 in this book. Last time we talked about stem and leaf plots and bar graphs. This time we're talking about box and whisker plots. This is the most colorful sounding chapter we're going to do. Stems, leaves, bars, cats. Doesn't box and whisker sound like cats in a box? Don't try to put a cat in a box. My son Josh was trying to shove a cat in a box to take it to get fixed. It was a feral cat working with a rescue organization. He got bit, had to go to the doctor and get antibiotic. Watch out for shoving cats in a box. That's your public safety announcement that has nothing to do with math. All right, so we've been learning about ways of displaying data so it's more meaningful. We can get more out of it. That data, it's hard to tell anything about. We can put it in a stem and leaf plot and turn it into a bar graph or a frequency distribution, and we can tell more about it. So this is another way to tell more about data, and it's called box and whiskers, and this is how you do it. Step one, you put it in numerical order. Put it in number order. So here's my data, and now I put it in order. And if I was doing this not for you guys, as I wrote down one, I would mark it out. And then I would go find the next big one, 4, mark it out as I write it down. 7, mark it out. But I didn't want to mark it out because then you couldn't see it when I started talking about it. But that's what I would normally do so I didn't leave any number behind. Then once you find all of the numbers, you find the one in the middle. So 1 on each side, 2 on each side, 3 on each side, 4 on each side, 5 on each side. The one in the middle is 15. And you put it on a number line. So there it is, 15 on my number line. Now, this works if you have an odd number of data. If it's even, there'll be 2 in the middle, and you have to average them. You add the 2 together and divide by 2, and that's your plot that you put on your number line. Next, you go and find the middle of the first half. So not those two, not those two, ding, 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 there it is, and I put it on the graph. Now I find the middle of the second half. Not those two, not those two, ding, 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 that one, and I put it on the graph. I also put on the graph the smallest number and the biggest number, and then from the dot I draw a line and put another dot on it. You're like, why in the world would you do that? Just wait, you'll see. The final thing you do is you draw not the final, but close to the final. You draw a line from the first dot to the second and from the last dot to the one before it. Those are your whiskers you just drew. Now this is our final thing. I'm going to draw a box around this. So I'm going to go here, and then here, and then here, and it's going to kind of look like a battery. And then I can draw a line through there too. But I'm going to have this box around the middle 3 points. That is our box. Now, why in the world do we want to do this? Because 50% of our data will be in this box. So if we want to decide what do most people want, how many flavors of ice cream do they want? Well, there's a few people who want just a few, and there's some people who want a lot, but most people want between 7 and 25 flavors of ice cream. Something like that. It kind of lets us know where most people are. So if you have a business and you're trying to reach most people so you sell the most, then you can look at your box and whiskers and go, okay, I'm not going to worry about that or that. I'm going to hit this. And you know, Old Navy does that with clothes. They don't have the super skinny sizes or the super fat sizes in their stores. They have the middle part. But if you're super skinny or not, and you ask for your size, they go, oh, you can get it online. So my son Josh has to buy the super skinny pants that aren't in the store because the boy is thin. And so like he has always like, do you have my size? And they say it so nicely, yes, online. It is not in the store where you can try it on. But so he has to buy them online. All right, so that's box and whiskers plot. Practice it, make them neat. I think it's kind of fun, don't you? Come back and we'll talk more about Chapter 11. Math is great.